vaping friends, today's review is all about the iStick Power Nano. This little guy right here, all right, looks a lot like the iPower. So huge thanks to Elite for sending me this guy for review. So this is kind of the mini or nano version of the iPower. Why on God's green earth they didn't call this the iPower Nano? I don't know. They call it the iStick Power Nano. I don't know. So this is a little kit. It comes with the mod and it also comes with the Milo 3 Nano as well. So having said all that, let's go straight to the close-ups. All right, everybody, here we are with the iStick Power Nano. All right, so we've got the Milo 3 Nano on top here, and this is our iStick, the little mod. So the mod goes up to 40 watts. We have an 1100 mAh internal battery in here. It does temp control in nickel, titanium, stainless, and we do have some custom TCR modes as well. It also does variable wattage and has a bypass mode, which kind of treats this like an unregulated mod. It will fire down to 0.05 in temp control and 0.1 in variable wattage mode. Now with the Milo 3 Nano, this is a 22 millimeter diameter. We do have top fill, 2 mil capacity on the inside, and it will come with a 0.75 mouth to lung coil. And then I've got installed right here the 0.3 ohm more of a lung hit style coil head in there. Here's the box. The iStick Power Nano will come in. Your mod and your tank will be right there. This is the drip tip that it comes in, and it has this sort of like, I don't know, like metal sheath, and then there's the plastic sort of in between there. So yeah, that is the drip tip. Underneath we've got a user manual for both the mod and for the tank, and then underneath we do have a charging cable, and we do have an additional coil head as well. Now this will come wrapped up for everybody. All right, everyone, this is the mouth to lung coil head. You'll see there that it's much narrower there in the middle. It says ECML 0.75 ohms, 8 to 25 watts. All right, so that is the mouth to lung coil head. It does come installed with this one. I went ahead and just started using the other one instead because, well, I don't know. I just wanted to see how the other coil head would hold up with just using a 40 watt mod. So yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Also, make sure that your O-ring is installed right here along this ridge. Mine just popped off, so make sure that your O-ring is in the right spot. All right, so back with the mod. Yeah, let's go top to bottom. Spring-loaded 510 connection. All right, nice wood look here. That's not actual wood, it's just kind of a wood look. Same finishes with the iStick Power as the iPower. Once again, why they didn't call this the iPower Nano, I have no idea. We've got our buttons right here. All right, screen adjustment buttons. That's our mode button right there, that little one in the middle. Down here, we've got some branding, and right here you can use this to charge your mod. And once again, here is the tank. We do have kind of a secret hidden airflow. I love this about the Milo 3s, all the different versions of them. Your airflow is like internal, but you do adjust it externally, and it just gives it a really nice clean look. So yeah, there's our tank airflow adjustment and a coil head in there. Also, this guy, kind of the reason why they call it the Nano is because it's a lot simpler than the Milo 3 and the Milo 3 Mini because there's no chimney, all right? And so to do our top fill, there's also no like juice flow control or anything like that. So you do your top fill very, very simply, and you just unscrew the top. And this is my own drip tip. This is a DHD Mini Duo. I'll leave a link below in the description for you guys. Yeah, for your top fill, you just unscrew it, fill it up. You can see here there's no like chimney section or anything. Your chimney is your coil head. So just a slight difference there between this and the regular Milo 3 and the 3 Mini. All right, we're gonna put these guys back together here, and I will briefly just show you guys the screen. I'm not really gonna go through the menu or anything because it's basically the same as the iPower. So yeah, anyway, there is our screen, up and down buttons. We are in wattage mode right now. If you hit that little tiny button right there, that is your mode button. that is bypass. And then here we've got our smart mode settings. We've got nickel, titanium, stainless steel. And then we've got your custom TCR settings. Got 3 of those. And then back into watts. So once again, your little mode button is that guy right there. And it is really small, and I'm hitting it with my fingernail, so that might, you guys, if you have like bigger fingers, you might be kind of pressing these and your mode button at the same time. But yeah, there's a ton of different functions that you can do in here. Once again, I'm not really going to go over this interface. You can flip your screen, you can do stealth mode, change your temps, you can change your wattages and temp control. There's like little smart mode settings where you can have a bank basically of memory settings for certain resistance atomizers, and then it knows exactly what wattage you had programmed in here, what settings, once that resistance of tank is on there. I never use a smart mode. To me, it only makes sense if you're like constantly changing out your atomizers, but I don't know. It's there if you want it. So I'm going to bump this back up all the way to 40 watts because that's where I've been vaping this 0.3 ohm coil. All right, we're back to 40 watts, and yeah, so those are the basics of the iStick Power Nano. Why don't we take her up top and see how she vapes? All right, everybody, before we get into the pros and cons, I think we need to have a little vape pairing. Vape pairing time. What are we pairing today? Well, I've got a pink drink. This is a Cran Raz juice. All right, Cran Raz juice with vodka and 7-Up to make it a little fizzy. And we're going to pair that today with Blue Slushy, which I have just been vaping the crap out of. Blue Slushy, yeah, you can find it at gaslightvapor.com. It is super delicious. Yeah. So we've got our Cran Raz 7-Up vodka thing here. And with our vape. Definitely bringing forward the raspberry in the vape, like the blue raz, that higher fruity note. The drink kind of brings down the sweetness of the vape a little bit as well. Very nice pairing, fruity, very juicy. Yeah, good. So you can find the iStick Power Nano at myvaporstore.com. It will cost you $35.95. It comes in a bunch of different finishes. This, of course, is the wood grain one. I don't know. I just liked it. Reminded me of like 1970s like paneling. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of liked it. There's also like kind of a coppery bronze version too, and silver and black and all those other colors too. Let's get into the pros and cons. Let's start with the cons. This is a tiny mod and it only goes up to 40 watts. All right, so you just have to know that when you are looking into this mod. It only goes up to 40 watts, so there's a lot of sub-ohm tanks that you're not going to be able to use with this. The Milo 3 Nano with the 0.3 ohm coil head is definitely maxing out at 40 watts. In fact, I had this tank on a different mod yesterday, and it was working a lot better around like 50 watts. So 40 watts. And yeah, I don't know, that's kind of it. There's not really a lot about this mod that I don't like. It's not really for me because I generally vape at a higher wattage. I did have a mouth to lung setup on this yesterday as well, and you know, that was fine. But yeah, 40 watts. I don't know. And why on earth are they using the iStick name instead of the iPower name? That just drives me nuts. Let's get into the pros. It's small, it's stealthy, it's a full kit, so it does come with this tank, 2 coil heads. I do think the 40 watts is going to be fine with the mouth to lung coil on here at 0.75 ohms. I think you're going to be just fine with that. The tank, once again, I love these Milo tanks because the airflow adjustment is hidden. I love that. The coil heads are pretty good. The flavor is pretty good on this guy. You got top fill. And overall, it's priced really nicely too. $36. There you go. Overall, I'd say this little kit is good. Okay, it's not my favorite kit, but overall, it's nice. What I would recommend doing though, if you are more of a lung hit type person, but you're still looking for a stealthy setup, I would go with the Pico instead of this. The Pico kit, it's like $2 more. It's also at myvaporstore.com. They might be out of stock right now. I'm not totally sure. I would go with the Pico. It goes up to 75 watts and you can use like your own 18650 batteries with it. So yeah, I don't know. This one's like okay, and it's definitely small and stealthy, but I would prefer the Pico. That's just me. Okay. So thank you so much for watching today, everybody. Don't forget that you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at RubyRuVapes. You can also find me on Facebook. And please check out fdaregs.info if you are looking for more information about how you can help fight the FDA and you're not sure exactly about how those regulations are going to affect you, whether you're just a vapor or a business owner in the industry. Please check out fdaregs.info. Vape 'em if you got 'em, guys. Cheers.